Hey guys, so being the narcissistic, self-promoting nerd that I am, I decided today we're going to be reviewing my own course, okay? Now, yes, I can spend time telling you guys that it's the best program out there when it comes to learning email marketing for both beginners and people who are super advanced. Yes, I can tell you that it has the most incredible support compared to any other program out there, like period, end of story. It's got the fastest response times, the community is very engaged, and overall it's got like super high success rates just because I've been able to replicate the results I've been delivering for clients over to students. I've hired from my student base, I've given them clients. Honestly, it is the best program out there, like period, end of story. There's no competition already, right? I can tell you all of the pros in terms of the detailed modules, walking you step by step, giving you examples along the way. But I would rather use this video to give a more balanced perspective in terms of talking more so about the areas where I feel that it's not perfect, right? Because yes, being a program, there are going to be flaws with it, and those flaws I intend to address in 2.0 versions of the program. Now, you might be wondering, Boyuan, like, isn't it in your best interest to promote the out of your own programs? Technically, yes, but the thing is, I think as like one area of info production nowadays that is like super, just like not talked about by anyone, right? It's actually flaws with every single program. Because as a course creator yourself, jokes aside now, by the way, I feel like you always need to be incredibly self-aware of the shortcomings with your own programs, right? So I want you guys to know that I am very much self-aware of the shortcomings with the program I've built out. And I also wanted to be transparent in terms of like showing you guys how I actually want to improve and develop this program further, right, in 2.0 version. So let's look at the modules, right? So currently it talks about, like course introduction, pretty much like standard stuff. The cool thing here is I go over like Klaviyo setup, integrations, installing metrics, things along those lines. Like those are going to be super, super necessary and really important for beginners. Where it starts to get really interesting is when it comes to talking about acquisition flows, so things that help you convert existing web traffic into sales. And then there's also like retention flows, which is anything that happens after the initial order. I'll also show you guys campaign mastery, right? Like how to use plain text emails over designed emails, various kind of like typical kind of campaign angles that you guys are going to be running with your own brands or your own accounts that you're managing, how to actually build out campaign calendars, right? This is something that I've never seen talked about in any program out there, and this is like a pretty in-depth guide. Just a few double down strategies, things along those lines for kind of like effective communication and running like sales campaigns, holiday campaigns, things along those lines. Now, after this, I mean, to be honest, with the flows, the retention flows, and a bit, to an extent, like 50% of the campaigns, you could probably find in other programs, right? Where the program starts to just like be providing like a whole other world of value is when it comes to how to run airtight email systems, how to capture leads, and using like high converting frameworks, things along those lines. And the one thing that is just never taught anywhere is basically the 8-figure decision making framework, where I show you guys how I make decisions when it comes to account optimization, just a few additional resources. Now, that being said, I am like, this sounds good and looks good and it's genuinely incredibly valuable, especially for the price tag. However, I know exactly where the course could be better because as an email marketer, I've grown so much more since the making of this program. Which means, right, let's get to the parts where I'm actually really excited to cover. Number one being the poor production value. It's just like the course right now is not incredibly entertaining to watch. I don't really have plans to change this because the information is honestly so good, and I just don't believe in recording with like high production courses, because what happens is you make like the flagship program and then you can't be bothered to re-record it because you have to match the previous standard. So I'd rather just keep production value as it is. So that is one of the cons of the program, but again, compared to everything that's out there right now, the production value is on par, right? So the next con that I don't really cover in the program too in-depth, or as in-depth as I want to, right? I only give you the functional understanding of graphic design and copywriting and things along those lines, but they could really be better, right? And that's exactly what I have planned when it comes to course 2.0 version of the program, as I'm going to show you guys later on very soon. So pretty much that's going to be improved 100% in the 2.0 version of the program. There's going to be more advanced flows. There's going to be more specific. This is actually key as well. There's going to be more specific decision-making frameworks. I'm not just going to give you guys the overarching principles. I'm actually going to map out exactly what you should decide based on the scenarios that you guys come up with. The other three areas that I just don't talk about is number one, how to project manage. So this is really important when it comes to scaling email teams, or if you want to build the system out within your own brand, you need to actually learn how to project manage between different departments and how to actually build out the email department as a whole, right? Like where can you pull human resources from existing roles maybe, just so that you're maximizing human resources and maximizing the use of your capital. Next is communication with your team. Again, this is like something that I just never seen get talked about in terms of reporting, how to communicate between graphics and copywriting, account management, things along those lines. That ties a little bit into how to project manage, and communication is absolutely key. And they're also onboarding accounts, right? So what I mean by this is, if you're an agency or freelancer, most likely you're going to be onboarding accounts, and if you're a brand and you hire someone externally in terms of like a team member, how the hell do you actually onboard them? How do you get them to onboard you? Like, what are the information exchanges that is necessary in order for you to develop an effective email program, right? So I'm just going to dive into email school 2.0 of the program, and I'll show you exactly what's going to be in there, right? Obviously, the course intro is going to be in there. Same thing with email explained. You could just see, like, it's so much more in depth. The parts that I'm most excited about for you guys is actually the project management, client reporting, and communication, decision-making frameworks, deliverability. Oh my god. So this is something that I've gotten so many questions about post iOS 15. However, I just can't really post about it online just because, it just doesn't rank well. It doesn't do me any good in terms of the YouTube algorithms and things along those lines. So I'm going to cover like a ton to do with deliverability in terms of like custom sending domains, how to warm up your protocol for new domains, what are the deliverabilities, what to do if your deliverability is bad, and also what to do if your deliverability is dead, right? And then iOS 15 best practices, campaign planning, really excited about that. The flow side of things is going to be, I'll be honest, it's like, 70% is going to be the same with 30% new information. So guys, the part that I'm most excited about, right, is actually the email creation and the graphic design modules. So obviously, as you guys know, I'm a marketer, right? I'm a content creator. I don't know about when it comes to graphic design, which is why I've actually gotten my graphic designer, whom I've worked with for 2 years, who has designed, literally hundreds, if not close to 1,000 campaigns for me at this point, to teach a masterclass regarding email design, right? So he's gonna give you his kind of like 80-20 take on how to do graphic design specifically pertaining to email. Now this guy has over 15 years of experience and is literally award-winning on Upwork. So yeah, anyways, so he's gonna be teaching graphic design. These are gonna be all of the modules when it comes to graphic design pertaining to emails, and how you guys can also get your emails to look like the ones that are done by really professional agencies, right? Next is the email creation module. Again, this is something that I didn't go in depth or as in depth I want to in the current version of the program. So yeah, you guys are gonna get this. And then also email capture as always, but just going over a couple more strategies as well. So honestly, this is a ton of new information that I'm putting in. Unlike anything else that's on the market, I really want to be disruptive with this. So yeah, now you might be wondering, how much is this program going to be versus the old one? Yes, the price is going to go up, which is why right now is a good time to get in, just because Email School 2.0 of the program is going to be sold via CallFunnel, and honestly, it's going to be like the market leader in this space by far, okay? So the perks of buying the current version of the program is not only are you going to get access to the best information in the world already, but also you're going to get upgraded to 2.0 version of this program for free. Okay, so, link in the description below, check it out. I just wanted to make this review to give you guys the brutal honesty I have about my own program, why I'm not really satisfied with it, and what I plan to make better and improve in it, right? Just to build that credibility further. And also I wanted to do something different, right? Because everyone out there, when they talk about their own program, they make it seem like the best thing ever. And, 100% of the time, it's not that great. So I want to be completely honest about the current version of the program. This version now, this is as close to perfection as I can get it, right? The current version of the program, I feel like is probably 70% of the way there, which is why, the 2.0 version of the program is going to be much more expensive. However, if you get it now, this version is going to be released in about 2 months or so. It's already in the works. You're going to get upgraded for free. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, subscribe to my newsletter down below for the best e-commerce, growth hacking, agency, growth hacking tips, right? And also, just if you're an e-com brand watching this and are doing more than 50K a month, then book in a call with me down below. We can actually take this off your plate, or check out the program if you're a smaller brand, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day.